The dream is real.
Yeah, happy new year, baby. It's 2024, it is. The Culture Man. Kenneth Burns reporting to you live from the safest place on earth. I call it Love Land. And ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been waiting for the Ghana recap. So episode 65, the Ghana recap, how we have no excuse but to succeed in 24 and beyond is here, and I'm ready to deliver the message. I gave you a little taste of what you're about to get on this past Soul Food Sunday, but I want this entire episode to sizzle in your spirit, and we're gonna start this thing off right. You got the Culture Man in the house tonight. We're gonna start this thing all right. You got the Culture Man in the house tonight. And I want to start the episode out today shouting out the beautiful Bozema St. John, aka Badass Boz on IG. BKA, my sister from another mister. I want to tell y'all she is the host of all hosts. You thought I did my thing? This one here, child. Can I just tell you what the invite was? It wasn't necessarily an invite. It was almost like a gang initiation. Yeah, it was like a gang initiation. She made us gold teeth, y'all. Yeah, she made us gold teeth. It go on this side of my mouth, and then the thing had a black star on it. Yeah, and then she named the gang. She named the gang the Black Stars. Oh man, we was out of control, y'all. Afro Future. Dinner at Black Star Square. We had, so many amazing moments. And then I got with my guy, Boris Kojo. Big shout out to Boris and his beautiful wife and his beautiful kids. They was over there, took me to Cape Coast, but we about to get into all that. And if you're ready, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, my trip started with a red flag. Yeah, it started with a red flag. My wife and I got on Delta Airlines. And Delta, if you could do me a favor, please, get the big Delta One seats going to and from Africa, okay? You ain't got to give us the old planes going over there. I appreciate you. I'm a 360 member and a multi-million miler. Amen. But I land, y'all. Jessica and I land. We excited. We in the motherland. And I'm just excited, right? I'm seeing so many people on this plane. It was really like Soul Plane, y'all. It was so many black people coming to the motherland to celebrate a new year and new beginnings. All right, till I get to the customs line. Yeah, I'm in the customs line. I don't know if you know this, but you got to get the yellow fever shot to go to Africa, okay? And there's a couple other things they don't recommend, but we got the malaria pills too, and we can talk about that later once you take your journey to Africa. But I had these yellow fever shots done. And they say you had to have them 10 days prior to your arrival. Yeah, so we in line. We 9 days, but we figured it's 9 days. So how you going to deny us entry, right? But that was a small thought in the back of my mind. Wasn't really concentrating on that because it wasn't going to happen to us. We was going to get through. And we were warned by some people that got there before us that they just gave them $20. You know what I'm saying? And, got right through. So we are up. The lady's like,
what are you here for?
We working, blah, 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 hosting, da-da-da.
Okay, cool, all right. Can you step over here?
I looked at Jessica. I said, oh, shit. Okay. And then here comes this little man. Huh? Yeah, little man. Sweet and wholesome demeanor. I'm figuring he gonna come and just say what he gotta say. We're gonna give him the $20 and we're gonna go on to the visa line. Yeah, we're gonna go on to the visa line. Nope. Jessica starts talking to him because I'm clearly getting an attitude. You see my face, ask Tiffany. Shit happens, I just get into a little, about to bite his head off, so I shut up. Okay, I shut up. I let Jessica take over. Jessica's like, yeah, we're here for work, and it's okay. So I got a little something for you. And she begins to hand him a $20 bill. Ladies and gentlemen, he looked at it, he was like, in his most nicest asshole way possible.
Oh no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Like, motherfucker, what do you mean it's not gonna work? This the way you want to enter? You want us to enter your country? Huh?
No, it's not like that. You the one that don't have the thing. You have to quarantine if you don't.
Don't what? What is the number? Give me the number. It was $50. All right. I just wanted to bust my gun because it took everything. Now, mind you, I ain't talking about no real money, but it's just the fact that this is my first, I'm on the soil and I'm getting shaken down. And this leads me to number 1 and 2 on our how we have no excuse but to succeed in 24 and beyond. Number 1, we have to do better with our hustle and stop trying to hustle each other. Hello? We have to do better with our hustle. That means with the thing we're trying to, you know what I'm saying, create and bring to life, and stop trying to put our inadequacies, the things that ain't measuring up to our hustle, and try to hustle somebody else. Because guess what? You lie, cheat, and steal when you do that. You put yourself further to the back of the line of getting what you came for. Yeah. All right, we go over to the Visa line, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not gonna hold you, man. You know, I had attitude. I had a whole attitude, and big shout out to Tracy and a few other people that were over there, you know, giving us the energy we needed to get back centered. But the main energy came from the legendary actor, Wendell Pierce, ladies and gentlemen. He comes up to me, he's like, excuse me, man, I don't want to bother you. I just want you to know I admire your work. I admire what you're doing, and it's an honor to meet you. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Immediately I said, what the fuck is you talking about? I've been watching Y since the beginning. I mean, I'm like fanning out. But it made my spirit just get back together. It made my energy just connect back with why I'm here. I'm here to receive the love, and all the other shit is small in the equation. And that, ladies and gentlemen, leads me to number 2 on our how we have no excuse but to succeed in 24 and beyond list. Number 2, show up as your authentic self. Yes, show up as your authentic self. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't realize who's watching you. You don't realize who's studying your blueprint. Wendell Pierce is a seasoned veteran actor, legend. I'm talking about on stage, film, television, everything. And he admires me. That's because I show up as my authentic self. And that is invaluable. We always talk about social currency here on TKBS. That's your social currency. And I implore you to get back to who you are if you lost your way. All right, now back to some story time. So we're off. We leave the airport, ladies and gentlemen. We head to the Kempinski Hotel, which is Ghana's best hotel in my opinion. They called it a 5-star, might have been a 4.2, and it's fine. But it was the best option for us. You know, real 5-star motherfuckers stay at 5-star shit, and then they say the 5-star, and then you want to go Kempinski. You had great service, you had great food, and that buffet save lives. All right, and I want to talk about this because when we left the airport, we knew we only had a small window of time. We left the airport around 3:45 after finally getting out of customs and the visas and all the things. We literally were meeting in the lobby to go to Afrofuture at 7. So we arrive at the hotel, we get freshened up. When I tell you I saw so many people by the time I left the airport, from the plane really, to the time I left the airport, got to the Kempinski, in the lobby, checking in, so many people. And it was so refreshing because, you know, you go out of the country, you don't know who you're gonna see. You know it's a popular destination and people are going, so you know certain people that are going, but I was seeing everybody I did not know was coming, ladies and gentlemen. I wanna shout out Don Pooh and his beautiful wife. I wanna shout out Wayne Barrow and his beautiful wife. I wanna shout out Cootie from Cootie and Chike, who did the Kanye West joint. Those are the first people I saw on entering. So anyway, we go upstairs, we hurry up and get dressed, we get downstairs, more people. It's just a reunion. I'm talking about people I ain't seen in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So we get into the cars and we're about to go. And I want to shout out Bose again, y'all, because we had the escorts with the police. Oh yeah, we have police escorts. We on the way to Afrofuture. Get there, see my Earn Your Leisure crew. Big shout out to my Earn Your Leisure crew. They all 927 of them was in the front. Met up with them, got in, and I just want to get into this because I think you don't really understand. You know, your history has everything to do with your legacy. Your legacy and your history has everything to do with who and what you're going to be in the future, who your kids are going to know, how they're going to be able to form relationships and get in any door. And when I'm walking through this crowd, y'all, I'm seeing so many people. Mind you, it's 30,000 people in the stadium. Black people in the stadium. Sprinkled with a few others, but black It's black people at the door. It's security black. It's black artists on stage. It's just blackness. It's black art. It's black food. It's black. It's blickety black. And I was so here for it.
Black, 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 I'm black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm rocking all black, everything is black.
And I get to the VIP, and big shout to Abdul and the entire Afro Future crew. He greeted me, mentioned that he was actually, from the States. Obviously, his lineage is from Africa. But I'm literally like talking to him, and next to me partying was Kevin O'Keefe. The guy has real estate in the ocean the size of New York. Yeah, he's an oil tycoon. About his business, young. You know what I'm saying? But he partying with no security. This is the feeling inside of Afro Future, the feeling that we could be whoever we want to be and exist together. But ladies and gentlemen, that leads me to number 3 on our how we have no excuse but to succeed in 24 and beyond list. Number 3, stay open to receive. Oh yeah. A lot of us are blocking our blessings, y'all. A lot of us are in our own way. We miss our blessings because we are waiting for the right time. When is the right time? Tiffany, when was the right time? I don't know when there's a right time. I only know to get up and go, get up and do, get up and try. Because if you don't do any of that, you will never know. The other thing we do is we don't realize people see things in us or see us way bigger than we see ourselves. So while you over here with a skill set, with a passion, with a charisma, a personality that somebody wished they had, you worried about somebody else and their money. When that personality, that charisma, that talent you don't even know you got can take you to the stratosphere. Yeah, we need people to do that. You do realize that, right? We need people to go to the next level. There's never been a part of my journey I haven't had someone helping me on my way. The goal in life is to help as many people as you can. I look back at my career, I've had some amazing creators partner with me and help me. Are they with me today? No, because they got to the point where they had to grow and they went forth. Do I have people that are with me to this day? Absolutely. And that's the goal, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on dear to what's supposed to stay. The rest, let go of. There's new options waiting for you. In today's world, it seems the best treatment is reserved for only a few. Well, Discover wants to change that by making everyone feel special. That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 live customer service as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Finally, no matter who you are or where you are in life, you feel special with Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply. Oh yeah, the next day, y'all, get ready for this part of the story. It's one of the heaviest stories I'm going to tell today. Big shout out to Boris Kojo and his beautiful wife, Nicole. They had a group out there as well. And, big shout out to JB Smooth, Chris Spencer and his beautiful wife, Vanessa, and their kids. It was so many amazing people, and we were invited to be a part of their trip to Cape Coast. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what Cape Coast is, they call it a castle. And this is where slaves were captured, brought to, tortured, raped, and some were killed. And the strongest made their way to islands and to countries that, they had no idea they were going to, where they would have no family. So anyway, we're on this journey. We're going out there. It's 4 SUVs, 2 bus loads. We're weaving in and out of traffic like it was Grand Theft Auto. It was the scariest shit in my life. Okay, we driving on the opposite side of the street. We're oncoming traffic. The police weaving in and out. Now, mind you, we talking about 2 buses or with the 4 SUVs. I'm talking about these motherfuckers. I'm scared for the people on the bus. They seem taller than normal, and I just thought the motherfucker might tip over. That's how much it was in and out. So big shout out to the drivers. You were definitely trained with special ops intent to take somebody of importance somewhere and get them there on time, because we made it safe, and I'm here to tell a story. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to shout out our tour guide. When we got there, the gravity of the grounds were present. And all of a sudden I see this guy in this white outfit with the white crown cap on, and his name is Rabbi Colhane. And he's actually from New York City. He's been in Ghana over 30 years, and he was, drawn there to tell this story, and he does tours all the time. So when you go to Ghana and you go to Cape Coast, just tap in with Rabbi Kulhane. He was the most, prophetic speaker I had heard on my trip. He spoke about the history of the castle as if he was there. He painted verbal pictures that connected us spiritually. From showing us the male dungeons and the female dungeons. The male dungeon was actually under a church. I mean, do you not see the hypocrisy in that? Do you not see the evilness in that? You're upstairs praising God and talking about the good of man and, what the Bible teaches you. But downstairs you're torturing, humans. I mean, he told us this one story about and showed us where they threw the food down into the dungeon. And, the strongest survived. I mean, it was 150 people in this room, probably no bigger than your living room. And so you can imagine there's no laying down. If you want to lay down, you got to kneel down into a ball damn near and be pressed up against someone. So you can imagine you're starving, you're fucking freezing, and food's being thrown down, right? And in this dungeon, man, they had like a little divot in the thing, I guess, where feces and blood and fluid would roll down when it rained, or water would roll down when it rained. And we were actually standing on, remains, or what were remains, because the floor was covered with hay, human remains, feces, all these things. So it was this black soot everywhere. And it was unbelievable to witness. I mean, you hear these stories, you hear the atrocities, but to hear the story and to be in the dungeons, and then in the female dungeons, they had windows so that these fucking evil men could come pick someone to torture and rape. And it was just unbelievable to be there and feel, that energy, because you hear the stories, you hear, the history of our ancestors, right? But being there just had another sense of affirmation, right? People always ask why I'm so confident. People always ask why I'm so resilient, why I'm so strong, why I can weather certain things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I come from those people. I come from those people. You come from those people. And it was a sight to behold. And this leads me to number 4 on how we have no excuse but to succeed in 24 and beyond list. Number 4, you have a responsibility to your ancestors to be the best version of yourself. All right? You have a responsibility. This is no longer an option for us. This is for your family, for your legacy, for our ancestors. We have to show up as the best versions of ourselves. And that doesn't mean, you're going to be able to do things you're not capable of doing. Everyone's not meant to do everything. But being the best version of yourself, what is that? Have you dissected what your strengths are? Have you dissected the best version of you? You've had to see it in play. You've had to be a witness of your own gifts. Those are the things we have to tap into more and more as we begin 2024. And ladies and gentlemen, the story time. There was a few things that really bothered me. One was right outside of Cape Coast. We were standing at the door, no return. And I have a picture of it, and I'm sure Tiffany's showing you right now, but my head's cocked back, and the rabbi is speaking, and he opens these doors. And outside the doors, there's like so many children, right? And their hustle has definitely amplified. It's not just please help me. It's paper with a rock inside. Now, mind you, the rock's inside because they try to throw it up to you. When you are in Cape Coast and you look over, they're down there by the water and the rock's throwing. And in these papers, it's like my football team needs jerseys. That's the shit I see on Bankhead. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, wow, I'm in Africa, they're doing the same thing, but this was different. These kids were barefoot. There was one naked 7, 8, 9-year-old, and the lady who was she might have been 13. She wasn't, a young woman. She was so embarrassed and told him to go behind the wall. But it's like, this is their reality. One of the richest continents on the entire planet has this much poverty and despair. Black people run the government and we have this much despair. It touched me different. You know, it touched me different because, you know, not only being a parent, you know, and it touched me more than honestly hearing about my ancestors and actually seeing the dungeons and feeling, because I've heard those stories. It's 2023 at the time and I'm looking at this in real life. I'm like, how much has really changed? Like 2023, I'm going outside of this fucking hellhole that our ancestors, you know, made it out of, right? Because we're here. We wouldn't be here if some did not make it. But then I'm 2023 looking at the naked little boy getting pushed and shunned. Like, what the fuck? Like, how, you know, and it's not enough money to give. You could empty your pockets. You could have everybody in the group give everything, but there's nothing you could do to change that narrative. It has to be the people of Ghana. It has to be the people of Africa taking control of the narrative. Now, mind you, Accra was amazing. I mean, I'm not saying that it's Africa of the 60s and 70s or even 80s or 90s. Advancements, control, power. But y'all, we gotta do better with the power. Yo, black people, we do it to ourselves. I was telling you about these, you know, Grand Theft Auto moments driving to and from. The way that they were talking to me, the drivers, and the way that they were talking to their people, it was haves and have-nots. It was, you're beneath me. I'm talking to you, get the fuck out of, like, I mean, it was like, yes, boss, to me, yes, boss. Oh, yeah, do you need anything else? Then to them, it's like, get the fuck on! And it's like, wait, what type of Gemini shit is going on? You're confusing the shit out of me, to the point where I was like, the communication barrier was a little off, right? So I just had to say, I was like, yo, do you have kids? You know, yes. Children, yes, children. You have 2, 5 and 9. And wife, yes, 10 years. I was like, I've been married 24, how many years? 10 years, you know. And so we're communicating. I was trying to like have like a more calming moment because getting up out of Cape Coast with the horn, the beeping, almost hitting people. I'm like, my nerves, I want to smoke some weed, child. But it was just to the point where I was so frustrated that I saw so many remnants of where I live and how people treat people where I live. And it's not just a United States thing. It's not just an Africa thing. It's a black people thing. When we get a hold of some power, we don't want to let that shit go. We want to let everybody know we got it, and we treat people differently. But where did we learn that oppressive mentality and or energy? Where did we learn to be mean and fucking not show grace? And, you know, I was thinking about how I felt, and I wanted to get my emotions together before I brought it to you, because with so many beautiful things, and there's so many beautiful things about Ghana in my experience. And I would say it's 75-25, but that 25, you know, is a problem that plagues us as a people across the board, all over the globe. And we got to do a better job. And that leads me to number 5 on our how we have no excuse but to succeed in 24 and beyond list. Number 5, your world can't evolve if you don't evolve first. Hello? I don't want you to let that go over your head, y'all. Y'all be expecting the most out of everybody else besides yourself. How you want to evolve? How you want your family? How you want the people that you talk to every day, and y'all talking about your dreams and your ambition? How you expect your world to change if you don't change? We the ones. We are the ones. We are in control of that. We have everything to do with that, and it's on us. It's on us. There's no more blaming in 24 and beyond. You cannot blame anyone for where you are. You don't wake up with somebody telling you where to go, raping you, beating you, taking you from your loved ones, forcing you to live in unhumane conditions. You don't have those issues. If you don't have those issues, there's nothing you can't accomplish. When someone's not over you, shackling you, moving you, taking you, and Free the Real and all the people that are locked up unjustly But other than that, you free motherfuckers that get up every day, close your door, lock it, go to sleep, wake up, do it again. It's on you. It ain't on nobody else. And I know systemically we have challenges, but nothing compares to what our ancestors went through. Nothing. I get the systemic shit. You can keep telling yourself that it's them and not you. You can keep doing that and you're gonna be exactly where you at. Cause seeing this for me, y'all, seeing this energy, seeing what I saw, let me know that not only am I living right, but I'm living for more than just myself. I'm living for more than just my family. My energy was matched in that dungeon with them men that couldn't, achieve this level of life, this level of family. Those women who got raped, those people that died on the way. It was people that died in the dungeons, in the castle, that died on the way. And then the strongest of the strong made it to these destinations. That's the cloth you, TKBS Nation, are cut from. And without understanding that, without valuing that, there's no way possible you can ever get where you're supposed to go or get out of life what you're supposed to have. So I want to start the year off with this energy because I think those 5 things will define who you ultimately are and will define your time here on earth. And we all know that we on borrowed time. We all know that this shit can end tomorrow. Who have you touched in a way that they will carry on your thoughts and your legacy and your history? How are you representing your ancestors? These are all things we got to put into play as we're planning these amazing lives and careers and, honor the past, y'all. Start off this year honoring the past. It's not too late. And I suggest this too, by the way, because Jessica and I got the African ancestry. So we're about to find out where we're from. I think I'm East African. I don't know. I was born on a Thursday, so they say my name is Yao. Okay, don't know what I'm gonna put with the Yao, but I'm gonna come up with something genius, like the culture man. But find out your history, y'all. Find out your history. Find out who you belong to. You have people out here. You have a tribe. You have, not just the immediate. I'm talking about across the galaxy. Okay, I love y'all. I wish you the best 24 of your lives. Big shout out to Kendra. Big shout out to Sugar and Tay Ule. They will be joining me on episode 66. I love you in real life. All right. Tiffany Hamilton Burns is alive and well. She made it. The grandbabies ain't take her out during the holidays. And you want to know why? Because the dream is real.
Real.
I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
The dream is real.